Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests in the room. Starting our business session for today's meeting. So the first announcement that I have is as requested by distinguished Toastmaster K Prabhakara last week. We are at the middle of the Toastmasters year. So we are about to complete 6 months and we are currently at 7 out of 10 DCP points, which means we are a select distinguished club. And the good news is we still have 6 months to get the remaining 3 points and become a President's Distinguished as we always do. So that was the first announcement. The second announcement that I have is on behalf of the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Pavni, and that is the role takers update for next week. So 3 speech slots have been booked, one by Toastmaster Apoorva, second one by Toastmaster Prashant, and one more by Toastmaster Sakshi. The general evaluation slot has been taken up by Toastmaster Latha. Apart from this, all the other roles are open. So if you are interested, please do contact Toastmaster Pavni for the same. And the final announcement that I have is today we shall be having a one-time event, which is a club officer election for the positions for the next 6 months. And this election shall happen right after the prepared speech session. And therefore, because this election is a member-only event, we would like to request our guests, you might have to leave after the prepared speech session just for today. Right? So,
what are the project speeches today?
We have 2 speeches, one by Shuba, one by Toastmaster Latha.
I think Toastmaster Latha is standing for election.
Yes.
And I think it should not be, project speech should not be given today.
Oh.
So I think only the actual speech she has to give for the project, for the election, and that stands. So the idea is to keep it as neutral as possible, to the extent possible. So you can postpone it, have the project speech later.
Yes.
That's with that, we can conclude the business session. Over to yes.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Based on the nominations received for the Executive Committee for the term January to July 2025, the following members have been nominated for the respective posts, which they have accepted. President Toastmaster Pavni, VP Education Toastmaster Sindhushree, VP Membership Apoorva, VP PR Toastmaster Sakshi, Secretary Toastmaster Shreya, Associate Secretary Toastmaster Jyothi, Treasurer Toastmaster Sai Snehal, Associate Treasurer Toastmaster Chetan, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Madhusudan, Associate Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Mamata. However, there will be a contest for the role of EBE as one of the candidates have not accepted the nomination and she has decided to election. The elections will be held after the project speeches. Back to President.
Toastmaster. With that, third time's the charm. We can conclude the business session. Over to our acting Sergeant.
Good evening, Toastmasters, guests, and all of you present here today.
Good evening.
Threads of connection. This is the first time I'm reading it as I see it. So when I read the word threads of connection, I remember something called the butterfly effect, where something happens in place A and a series of linked events lead to event B. Similar incident happened to me a few months ago. I was at one of the club officer training program Jan this year, and I apparently met someone from the district who told me you should contest for the area director role this year. And I stood there watching. I haven't even thought about it. How do you expect me to, contest in it? I'm not prepared. I don't even know what the district is. None of it. And coincidentally, a lot of things worked out for me. And by June, I sent in my nomination for the area director. And by July, I was the area director. And the same person who was in the district leadership met me and asked me. I remember having a conversation with you telling that you should be an area director and you told me you were not ready. But now I see you here, you're the area director. So what changed between those 6 months? That little thought that the person put in my head led me to think an area director role is a role of a leadership. Leadership means leading an organization or place or a part of an organization. That one thought which she put into my head became a series of events. I started thinking about it, I started acting on it, I started reading more about it, and similarly, it all became a thread of a connection leading me to become an area director. In life, similarly, most of the times we try to do something, but we may not see the results then and there. It may happen on a future date. The next time you feel you're not doing good enough in a place, regardless of the efforts you put in, do not worry. There will be a series of events that will be connected to it, and one day it will make the impact that it has to for you. Without further ado, let me quickly call the president, the man who's been charged for the last 6 months and is running a fantastic show. He's a MCOM graduate from Jain University and currently pursuing CPA. I should read more often. He's pursuing CPA, and without any delay, please welcome the President Toastmasters Shiva with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, for that amazing last-minute introduction, and at the same time for being back and doing what you are known best to do, that is save the club in these times. With that, a very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and guests in the room. Let us start off by having our guests introduce themselves, who've come to witness a Toastmasters meeting in action. So I request our guests, whenever I call you out, just stand up from wherever you are and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you have come to know about Toastmasters. We'll start with Sir over, please. Yes.
Hi, I'm Vital. I'm 23. Just finished my engineering, and I wanted to improve my communication skills because of the future roles like project manager, which will require like good communication skills to teams and all that. So I heard about Toastmasters Club. I thought I'd register. I thought I'd come and check it out, and that's all I meant.
Welcome.
Good evening everyone. I'm Vasaraj. I'm from Koppal district. So I'm currently working at Tata AG General Insurance. So I'm in a sales manager. So when I'm going to market, so I need to speak in a very confidently. So I think I know about this Toastmaster from my mentor Anu. He told me that, and after that I decided to join this Toastmaster.
And we have Sir.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Giri. I've been coming here quite often, not regularly as a guest, so thought of again checking with you all and probably might join the club as well. So it's my second or third time here as a guest in this club. Currently working with Infineon Technologies. And definitely I would like to connect with you all and put on my communication skills here to be a part of this magnificent. Thank you very much.
A hearty welcome to all our guests, and I hope you have an enjoyable time in today's meeting. So with that, we shall have the minutes of the previous meeting number 1295 read out by our acting secretary, Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1295 held on 9th December 2024. Theme: Mind Game. Word of the week: Obviate. The business session started at 6:25 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmasters Shivaprasad Sharma. In the business session, the following points were addressed. Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma urged the members to file the nominations for various roles in the upcoming executive committee by sending an email to Toastmaster Lalana Murthy. VPE Toastmaster Pavni mentioned the open and booked roles for the next week. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Chetan introduced the theme and handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Shiva. President Toastmaster Shiva opened the meeting by speaking on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Apoorva. Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and presented the role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Prashant. Our counter, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi. Grammarian Toastmaster Madhusudan. The prepared speech session had the following speeches. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Saket, attempting level 2, project 1. Evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi Rao, with the speech title, We Have the Power to Make a Difference. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, attempting level 4 elective project. Evaluator Toastmaster DTM U Bhat, with the speech title Calculated Risk and Blind Risk. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Gajendra and with the following speakers and topics. Speaker Toastmaster Toastmaster Madhusudan, methods to stay calm. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, a time when you were scammed. DTM K Prabhakara, the secret of winning in life. Toastmaster Prashant, when your brain plays tricks on you. Toastmaster Sakshi, solving puzzles make you smarter. Toastmaster Chetan, how to play mind games on the other people. Guest Dr. Karthik, who's your inspiration? The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Raja. The winners of the week were announced by President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma. Best role taker TAPG, Grammarian Toastmaster Sakshi. Best role taker MTG, General Evaluator Toastmaster Raja. Best table topic speaker, DTM AK Prabhakara. Best prepared speech, Toastmaster Saket. Best individual evaluator, DTM MU Bhat. The president closed at 8:30 p.m. the meeting followed by the national anthem. Meeting 1295, attaching the attendance sheet for this term from July to December. This was compiled by the hard work of Toastmaster Latha, Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma and Toastmaster Chetan. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. Are there any changes proposed to the minutes of the previous meeting? Yes.
Initially, the grammarian was someone else. In the evaluation, it was correct. Initially, the grammarian was someone else, I think. It was me.
Okay.
Please change.
We can look into that. Yes.
Right.
Make the correction, that's all.
Yeah, that's the question.
So if there aren't any more changes proposed, I shall consider them as accepted and open meeting number 1296. A friend in need is a friend indeed, or so they say. But is that really true? Well, I had a friend back when I was in second PU college, and he was just a hi-bye kind of a friend, so very casual, nothing close. And after 2 or 3 years after college ended, I received a random message from him on WhatsApp. Bro, do you have any spare cash? I said, sure man, what do you need? What has happened? Bro, my bike is stuck under Mayan Delhi flyover. I have run out of fuel. Please send me urgent money on Google Pay. So no problem, I sent him the money. Couple of days later, he even returned the money. Everything was fine. And then 4 months of radio silence. Absolutely nothing happens. Right? No conversation, nothing. And then I get another message from him. Bro, do you have any spare cash? This time my ego spoke to me immediately. It's been 4 months. Instead of asking Shiva, how are you? He's asking money directly. I said, no man, I'm facing financial troubles right now. Can't give you money. He said, okay. Exactly 1 month later, I received another message from the same person. Guess what the message was? Bro, do you have any spare cash? This time I straight away blocked. Now, in this same class that he and I studied, there was another guy who this time I can actually call a friend. I don't have to use quotes. He was the class topper, a proper nerd. Nothing mattered to him other than studies and going home. And we'd all use him to clear our doubts. And the best part about him was he knew me very well. He knew me inside out. while the rest of the world has a bit of this illusion or impression about me that I'm a proper nerd, very studious, genius kind of a guy who does nothing other than study, he knew me very well. This guy is the laziest person on the planet, master procrastinator who can even give competition to DTM MU Bhat. And he knew me very well, and this worked in my favor. Very soon the pandemic hit, and his family went through a very difficult time, affected by the virus. And I was there with him, talking through him all of this. And he was also talking to me. We'd speak for hours and hours on phone calls, discussing everything under the sun. Politics, cinema, you name it. Two nerds discussing everything. And then, when things calmed down in the year 2022, he asked me, Shiva, what are you doing with your life? I said, nothing. I don't know where I'm going. He virtually slapped me on the phone. Stop wasting your time, start studying. That was what he was best known for. And he said, you have wasted so much time, that's okay. I know you have regret for that. But now it's time to pick up pace and do better. And this was not it. I slowly started studying like a snail, beating procrastination little by little. And he would be on my back. Every now and then when he'd call me, he'd check up on me. Shiva, are you studying? Yeah, man, since morning I've been studying. Full day I've studied today. I know what your full day means. Study properly. And he stood by me like a mentor, guided me through each one of those exams that I've written. And he himself is a chartered accountant today, so he would teach me how to make notes, etc. And with his mentoring, with his guidance, I've been able to come this far in my exam or in the course that I'm pursuing right now. My fellow Toastmasters, I just told you about two guys, two different sorts of relationships. The first one was a friend in need. He was always in need, needy. Needed things from me, didn't want to give or wasn't interested to give anything from his side. That didn't work out well. And the second case, I was the friend in need. But hear me out carefully. I was also a friend in need, if that makes any sense. My fellow Toastmasters, the friendships, the connections you form in your life are like those little threads that form fabric and then go on to make garments that we wear. And a superficial, a temporary, transactional relationship is more like your artificial fiber, like your nylon or your polyester, which once you wear on your body doesn't let you breathe, it can suffocate you, and it is not good for your health in general. And compare that to the other thread, the natural threads that are found, cotton, wool, etc. A bit more expensive, it will take a bit more time, bit more effort to manufacture them. But you wear them, they allow air to pass through, they are breathable, and they absorb moisture, keeping you comfortable and warm. And now, which thread you choose to build your relationship with is all up to you. The threads of connection that you make are completely up to you. With that, I shall move on to introducing the person with whom I believe I share a very nice thread of connection. She is easily my biggest fan in this club. I still remember a couple of meetings I missed long back. I got a message from her immediately. Shiva, is everything okay? A person who cares so much, and whenever she sees me going off track a little bit, I'm not living up to my standards, she immediately ensures that she tells that to me and I am aware of it. She's also working as an HR manager at Infocon. She's worked earlier with an NGO called Youth for Seva, and she's done a diploma in counseling skills from Banjara Academy. She's also our Master of Ceremonies for today. Please give it up for Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, President Shiva, for that very wonderful introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a pearl in my hand. How do you see it? Is it beautiful? Do you think it is valuable? Has it made an impact on you? Well, let's see about it. So once again, good evening to all of you. Few months back, I got a book in my hand, 3000 Stitches, a book written by Sudha Murthy. The book is about her struggles struggles and victory in her journey of social work. I'm not going into details of the book, but the book begins with a story where, as a young girl, Sudha Murthy works to relieve the children from the meaningless and cruel system of Devadas. Over a period of time, 3000 children were freed from the clutches of Devadas. And now what made an impact to me is the gift that was given to Sudha Murthy by the mother of these 3000 children. It was a bedspread, an ordinary bedspread given as a gift. But what was extraordinary was this bedspread had 3,000 stitches stitched by these 3,000 women with 3,000 different colors in various different part of the bed cover. If you imagine, it is all very varied. 3,000 colors, 3,000 different places, 3,000 women, 3,000 stitches. Do you see it as beautiful? Or some may see it as not beautiful. But truly what is beautiful is the stitches, the connection from one heart to another is what made the bedspread cool in summer for the person to use it and warm in the winter for the person when they use it. And that part of the book made a huge impact on me. So this is the power of connection. Next time when you try to be polite, you try to be kind and helpful to others, ask yourself, are you connecting through your heart? If yes, then be assured the connection will be lifelong. One such person who had a vision to connect the mind and heart to create leaders was Mr. Ralsei Smedley. A century ago, on 22nd of October 1924, in the basement of YMCA at St. Anna, California, the first Toastmasters meeting was held. And today we have about 2,70,000 Toastmasters who gather in more than 14,000 clubs in around 150 countries. The members past and present have shaped the world with their individual journey of growth and learning. To continue this meeting of ours, we have a team of 4 who weaves in the value of time, crutchword, grammar and parliamentary procedure to enable us to refine ourselves in the pursuit of our communication skills. As I call upon each one of you, please explain your role briefly. We have Toastmaster Sakshi as the role of timer.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. In every conversation, whether it's a simple exchange of ideas or a speech, there are invisible threads that binds the word together and let the message communicate through the audience, ensuring that the time is respected and the journey from one point to the other is seamless. As a timer for today, I'll be maintaining the balance of time. Just like the threads of connection keep the conversation flowing, I will greatly remind our speakers when time is winding down, so we all can stay in tune with the rhythm of the meeting. I look forward to ameliorate our meeting flow and to observe how each of our speakers uses their term to weave the threads into a meaningful tapestry of ideas. So, for the first session, that is the prepared speech, the total time allotted is 7 minutes. I will be raising my green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For the second session, that is table topics, each speaker is being allotted with 2 minutes. I will be raising my green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and 2 minutes red card. There is a grace period of 30 seconds which will be allotted to each speaker. I will be sharing my report after when asked for in the evaluation session. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sakshi. We have Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa at the R counter.
Good evening, Toastmasters. When you speak, there should be a threads of connection between the words. There should not be ahs, ums, repeat words such as and, so, and pauses should not be there. If these are there, your speech will not be of interesting one. So try to avoid these things, and in case if you make use of it, I will make a note of it. I will give report when called, so that you make necessary appropriate corrections in your next speech. Thank you very much.
For the PP evaluators role, we have DTM U Bhat.
Toastmasters, welcome guests. Every meeting has certain meeting etiquettes or business etiquettes. Toastmasters is no different. We have some common rules like keeping your mobiles in silent mode or switched off mode so that others are not disturbed. We follow that. No establishing threads of connection during the meeting. No crosstalk when the others are speaking. That's number 2. Entry and exit only during applause. That's another thing. And please observe that. And one of the special things for Toastmasters is everybody will refrain from talking about sex, politics and religion. So my role as a PP evaluator is to keep track of these transgressions and bring it to the notice of general evaluator when she calls for their report. Back to you.
Thank you, for the Grammarian role, we have DTM K Prabhakara.
My job is to ensure that, note down whatever is the grammatical errors that comes up in the meeting, and report at the end of the meeting or during general evaluation session. And that's about it. Over to Master Ceremonies.
For the benefit of guests, a typical Toastmasters meeting consists of 3 sessions. The first is the prepared speech, where the speaker gets time to prepare a topic on their choice as per the guidelines of the pathway. The second session is the exciting table topic session, where the table topic master chooses the speaker randomly and gives a topic randomly for them to speak for a couple of minutes. And the third session is the evaluation session, where we learn how and why is it important to receive and give feedback. So without further ado, let's begin with our session. For the first speech, I call the evaluator, Toastmaster Lalana, to please read out the guidelines of the speech.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. The member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. All the best to the speaker, and back to you.
Our speaker of today is delivering Level 1 Project 4 Visionary Communication. The speech title is A Trip to Remember. The speaker has completed Bachelor's in Social Science and is postgraduate in Visual Communication. She is a graphic designer working in Social Alpha. She is passionate about doodle art and experiments different forms of arts. She likes to trek and wander amidst nature. Mind you, her silence speaks volumes. So let's put our hands together and welcome the radiant Toastmaster Shuba.
Welcome to the final month of the year of 2024. Fellow Toastmasters, who here feels that this year was a memorable one for them? Thank you. It was certainly a memorable one for me, because there was one thing that had been in the back burner for a long time that finally manifested this year. One epic trip that made it out of the group chat. So, two of my childhood friends and I were planning this trip since 2023, but it never happened. This year, we decided we're not going to make that mistake again. So, we fixed our dates. The reason why there was a delay was we could never make up our mind on where we wanted to go. This year, we found the holiday window, calculated our leaves, and then decided on a place, Thailand. We were going to go there. So we started our research, budgeted, made a whole list, but then came the next stage in the process that defines your worthiness to go on a trip, parents' permission. We had been planning this trip for so long that our parents themselves were so tired that they were like, okay, go, because like it's been so long. So, a lot of bookings later, it was finally time to board the plane. Overall, it was an incredible experience, but I'd like to share one incident of the trip today. So, we were in Krabi, and we were on a day tour. 12 of us were in a van, and the schedule was 3 sightseeing spots. So there was the hot waterfall, the emerald pools, and finally the Tiger Cave temple. So in the first 2 spots, we had already walked a total of 3+ kilometers exploring the areas. And then finally the van stopped at Tiger Cave temple. This was a Buddhist temple that had a viewpoint that was 1,260 steps up. So we stopped there, and then the guide who was with us instructed very clearly. Time is now 2 o'clock, 45 minutes up, 45 minutes down, come back 3:30. So we looked at each other confused whether this was even possible. Nevertheless, we took up the challenge and we started climbing. These steps were extremely steep and they got steeper with every flight. At 100 steps up, one of my friends said, listen, my legs are cramping up. I can't put 1 foot ahead. See you all at the bottom. I'm going to leave. So the 2 of us went on, and then about 220 steps, my other friend said, hey, I'm feeling extremely dizzy. I don't know if it's the height or what, but I think it's time I go back too. I considered going back down, but I hadn't reached my limit quite yet. So I carried on. The time was already 2:45. Then in my thoughts, I considered what I can do. It was incredible enough to be in that space. I didn't have to go to the top. So I told myself, whenever it was 3 o'clock, I would head back down. Whether it was a summit or not, I didn't care. So, slow and steady, more flights in. And I didn't want to be that one person that delayed the whole group of 12 tourists. So I kept telling myself, okay, let's see what happens. Then I started noticing that there was this other lady who was at a similar pace as I was. And then there was this other uncle just one flight ahead. Then it suddenly hit me when it was nearing 3 o'clock that these two people were part of our very own tourist group. So if they were delayed and I was delayed, then no one was delayed. So this lifted that whole anxiety of time off my chest, and I just powered through ahead and I reached the summit. It was the most incredible feeling ever. I immediately ran towards the drinking water pipe, and that was the sweetest water I had ever drunk. The wind was just blowing on my face like nature's gift for my efforts, and it was incredible. I quickly took out my phone and started clicking pictures and videos and sent it to my friends who were waiting downstairs. I wanted it to be a shared experience. Then I did my final salute to the giant Buddha on top and made my way back down. While coming back down, although it was easier, I was still hard pressed for time. But I made up my mind that I wouldn't look at the watch and I would just keep my momentum going. By the time I was less than 2 flights to the very bottom, I checked the time and it was 3:25. I had incredibly made it, and I saw 2 of my friends in the distance sitting on a bench, cheering me on and waiting for me. I ran up to them and they awarded me with this Gatorade blue color bottle for my efforts. And it felt like a team celebration, even though there was just one person that made it to the top. This was a core memory. And I would really like to applaud their self-awareness. It's one thing to push yourself and achieve something, but it's another thing to be self-aware and know yourself and still be joyful that one of them made it on top. So it was amazing, and a trip that was a lot of hard-earned money, planning, research was poured into something that on November 3rd, 3 girls walked out of the Kempegowda International Airport feeling more confident, more fearless, and grateful for the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. Yes, we once again learned the threads of connection, of friendship, of ourselves. If we are connected with ourselves, we can go to heights. Our next session is the table topic session. And today's table topic master holds an interior design degree. She is enthusiastic about workout and balanced diet, a sports lover, and is head over heels in love with taking up roles at every meeting, be it sun or rain, at Mekong Communication Club. Give a thunderous round of applause to Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good evening. The theme of the day, threads of connection. Connections often happen in the most unexpected way. I was in my 6th standard going for badminton coaching. There I met a girl from another school. She came for coaching as well for I think 1 or 2 months. After that I was not in touch with her. I didn't know her as well. Years passed by. I think finally post 7 or 8 years, I accidentally met her somewhere. And then, fast forward today, she is one of my closest friends, whom I can share my deepest secrets to. So yes, connections happen when you least expect. Today, to make things more interesting, I am going to give you two unrelated words. And I am going to challenge each of you to use these two unrelated words in your table topic response and connect them in an innovative way. I would want to see how you will ameliorate how you will ameliorate your response using your imagination. Okay, I repeat, I'm going to give you two unrelated words. The challenge is to use them in your response and connect them innovatively, right? So the first topic is relationship and colors. I repeat, relationship and colors. This topic goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, table topic master. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. Relationship and color. Relationship is between two people, or it may be with more people also. So when we are in a positive relationship, everything we accept as a green, let us say. The moment when egoistic tendencies are crops up, then it is a red again. Between red and green, we all oscillate. Why this happens? Because of two reasons. One, I have not understood myself properly. Point number one. Point two, I don't understand the other person also properly. Because of this, we oscillate between green and red. We all grow from childhood to adulthood. The only difference we find is expression part of it. Maybe in childhood, we don't know how to express. But in adulthood, we think that we have developed. In reality, we have not really developed at all. We are always dominated by the egoistic tendencies that crops up every now and then. When something goes wrong, we always find fault with the other person rather than going inside. That means red is here. Majority of the times green may be there. We fail to understand that. So this is the right opportunity for us to revisit within ourselves, understand the difference between green and red, correct ourselves, develop our relationship between relationship and color. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. The next topic is sunshine and books. Sunshine and books. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters. Sunshine and books. When you start reading the books, there is sunshine. Because if you don't read the books, it is darkness. Because you are ignorant and you are fed with ignorance. So you need to read a lot of books, and after joining Toastmasters, there is one thing that I started doing which I thought that I wouldn't have done that without joining Toastmasters. Because since I am speaking a lot, I need to read more. I don't want to look like an idiot coming behind the stage and then speaking something or giving the same things again. So I wanted to add value. So I started reading more books. So after joining Toastmasters in 2022, probably I might have read like 1 or 2 books. And in 2023, I read like around 30 books. I'm not bragging the number, it is true, because as I am speaking more, I also wanted to read more. So definitely it has increased my knowledge and also my skill on storytelling, which I wanted to do. So probably I'll add a story since I have 1 more minute. An old man was passing by a construction site and he sees 3 people working on the construction. So he goes and asks the first person, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm laying bricks, can't you see?" Then he asks the second person, what are you doing? He says, I am building a wall 10 feet high. Then he asks the third person, what are you doing? He said that I am building the world's largest children's hospital. You see, all three are doing the same work, but it is his purpose giving meaning to his work. So when you read books, you will get connected to those ideas, right? So sunshine and
Books.
thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The next topic is laughter and stars. Laughter and stars. This topic goes to Toastmaster Sakshi.
Can we all laugh once? Ha?
Ha.
Ha? Ha? Again, you have to repeat after me. Ha? 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 Ha?
Ha.
Ha? 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 Can you imagine if we laugh so much, we can see a star? Can you imagine this? Yes, it has happened with me once. I was laughing so much that it disturbed my mother. And she came to me and she slapped me so much that I was seeing stars. So that's how I connected the stars with laughter, and this is my real story which happened with me in my childhood. Since 1 minute is already over, thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Sakshi. The next topic is aeroplane and rubber band. Aeroplane and rubber band. This topic goes to DTM U Bhat.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmaster and welcome guests. The question was, he was telling the totally unrelated words, but to me it is a totally related words. Because I simply takes me back to my childhood. Maybe I was in second, third standard, whatever. And the thing which were making the most popular time pass amongst all the children was making paper aeroplanes. And how do you make it fly? You put a rubber in between, there's a place, you put a rubber band, put it in between your fingers, and then stretch it, and then leave it. And the whole class, will be there, see how it's flying. So that, that just brings me back, my childhood, where even the smallest of things, apparently unrelated, like a paper and a rubber band, were making us so much attached, bring us together as children, and it was good time pass, and everybody was enjoying it. So what's important in life is not just small things you have and all that. Ultimately, what you can enjoy with the little things you have amongst yourself. That one lesson which we learned from your childhood, probably that will be helpful even today. When we find happiness in bigger things is not required. Small things like a paper boat made with the rubber band and stick it, and the aeroplane flies. It is something, a pleasure which you can't get in any of these modern, what the time pass, what we are having with the social sites and all that kind of thing. With that is my take on that. Is that back to that?
Thank you, DTM U Bhat. The next topic is friendship and signal light. Friendship and signal light. This topic goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Signal light. Signal light.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. My topic is friendship and signal light. Friendship is an important aspect in our life. It all depends upon, your development depends upon with whom you associate and dissociate. If you want to soar like an eagle, you should be one among the eagle. If you make friendship with beggars, what will happen with that? If you make friendship with intelligent people and a good speaker like Raja and other people, you will also become a good speaker. So you make a friendship with good people. And I have come across people in my life, they make friendship and they seek unnecessary favors from us. So somehow we need to be very careful with those people. Believing those people and investing on them, you are falling into a ditch. So I have come to a conclusion, when I make an investment financially on somebody, that should be well within your limits. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಕೂಲು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಥರ you must make a very careful investment, so that if you make an investment with your friend, even if he doesn't return it, don't feel bad of it. Otherwise, your life becomes miserable. Signal lights are very important in our life. What are the signal lights we come across? When we are born, childhood, education, then the job, then the marriage, then all those things will come. So they come one after another. You need to be very careful in your signal lights. So, and also, while traveling in a vehicle, I know very much, otherwise you have to pay the fine. So signal lights and what is the other one you said? Friendship or go together and makes you to grow further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. The next topic is cricket and frog. Cricket and frog. This topic goes to Toastmaster Sai Snehal.
Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. You must be wondering, what is this guy going to speak about cricket and frog? I have the same thought running on my mind right now. When I was in 3rd standard, my dad tried to put me into a lot of sports. He put me to skating, football. Football was last because I stuck to it for a long time. He put me to skating, table tennis, cricket. Cricket was something I was very fascinated about because the world, India, and the nation India thrives on cricket. Back then, it was extremely crazy because everyone in my neighborhood area used to play cricket, and I was the only one who used to say, let's play football. So I remember those times when everybody wanted to play cricket, I used to be the one saying football. But there was one match that I was trying to play, and I was the wicket keeper. And usually, what is the task of a wicket keeper? To get the batsman run out or catch him off the air. So these are the roles of a wicket keeper. I was a wicket keeper one day, and I caught the batsman who was there. He just nicked the ball at the edge of his bat, and I caught him out. He was there looking at me, and he asked me, you don't even advocate for cricket, why do you get me out? Then I realized that it doesn't matter what you play, but if you play whatever you do extremely good, it's going to be amazing. Now this is where I'll bring the frog. So what does a frog do when it has to go forward? It takes one step back, leaps back and moves forward. That day I realized that it's okay if you don't know how to play a sport, but you shouldn't stay back at it. If you fall down, it's absolutely okay, but you should step 2 fronts forward. In life, that's the goal, that's the mantra. Next time remember, cricket and frog, don't forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Snehal. The next topic is rainbow and phone. Rainbow and phone. This topic goes to Toastmaster Latha.
Good evening once again. Rainbow and phone. Now rainbow is something which consists of 7 colors and phone is something you're hooked to all the time. So how can we connect both the words, rainbow and phone? It's simple. When it rains in Bangalore and it's still sunny, take your phone, click lot of pictures of the rainbow, take a selfie with the rainbow and put on all your social media sites and tell them, I am a nature lover. So that they'll understand that you love rains, you love rainbow, and that's how you can connect you both rainbows and phones. At the same time, when you see a rainbow from the terrace of your house or the balcony of your house, enjoy that moment because it's very rare sight that you see a rainbow. take a cup of coffee, take a beautiful book, what you like, and then start admiring the nature. Admire book, admire coffee. But at the end, do not forget to finish the coffee. And again start imbibing the rainbow. So this is how I would like to conclude because I'm not getting any other words out of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. The next topic is sleep and dance. Sleep and dance. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Sindhu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Apoorva. Two not really correlating topics, sleep and dance, because that's what the entire generation that we're part of do, right? It's either we're entirely sleepless through the nights, or we have people among us who sleep 10 on dot. So belonging to the situation, belonging to the part of the people who don't sleep on time, what do you do for the rest of the night? You listen to music, you catch up on the TV shows, or you end up watching all the dance formats to the extent where you catch up on all the Dance India dance, or Dance Karnataka dance, so many dance shows. So sleep, it's not sleep and dance, it's sleep or dance. So coming to this particular generation, where I would like to say belonging to the part of the people who don't sleep on time, I suggest every one of you to actually have a good sleep cycle, because now it's been 10 consecutive years where I don't get sleep till 4 a.m. And initially I used to brag about it. I used to say, like, I can go for 2-3 days without having to have like a 1 hour of sleep. I can function, I can multitask, I can do so much of work. But as I age, from being 20 years old to 27-year-old today, I wish I had a better sleep cycle. I wish I did not dance away the night, but I wish I actually slept properly, had a better lifestyle, and actually ate, sleep properly on time. Because you realize once you reach that age that your body is not exactly as before, and somewhere having this particular pattern helps you. So I'm so proud that I'm actually going to work towards sleeping on at least 12 a.m. and I have made some efforts towards it, and I'm no longer the person who used to sleep at 4 a.m. So it's better to sleep than catching up on all the TV shows that I used to once binge watch. So this is my advice to everybody, like, sleep on time, don't dance the night away.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sindhu. The next topic is bridge and camera. Bridge and camera. This goes to guest Girdas. Bridge and camera.
Bridge and camera. Hello everyone. Bridge and camera. Okay, wonderful topic. Gone are those days when the cameras were making nice bridges among people. We used to take fantastic photos with those 36 snapshots. We would never know whether the picture had come beautifully or not. And then, if at all there is a beautiful picture that comes out after what I call it, washing it or not, then you would get that joyous moment, fantastic moment of seeing those beautiful pictures. So those days are gone now. But those are very interesting days when we used to take pictures and used to make connections. People were fond of taking pictures. There was no aha moment where they could see, let me see how the picture has come up, shall I delete and take one more picture? There was absolutely no chance to do that. But even that time it was fascinating to take those pictures, share among the people after we get that washed, what I can say, and then share among people. There are very nostalgic moments when we used to take those photographs. So now in the digital age, we take tons of thousands of pictures. We might never share, they just go into the trash. But the joy of taking those pictures, I don't think we are living that moment nowadays, because you're spoiled for choices. There are infinite choices. You never know what is good and what is not good. And somehow that little sensation of seeing those pictures delayed by a gap of, let's say, 12 days or 15 days, once the camera roll is completely taken off. That is somehow that I see that's gone now. It's my first attempt, but thank you everyone.
Thank you. The next topic is chocolate and anger. Chocolate and anger. This topic goes to Toastmaster Udanka. DTM Udanka.
Chocolate and anger, I'm not too sure how it goes hand in hand, but for people in the relationship, I think definitely this will go hand in hand. We can relate to it. Take a example of a couple. The girl is angry and the boy has to convince her. What is the best way you can always get this? Go eat chocolates. If the anger is more, you'll have to do all the surprises. That's to a later part, but to this small extent, if you can see, it's a small reasons if they get angry. The best solution is to give chocolate and console them. So that's one thing men can do for their loved ones and to console them and to build a relationship. So that's one of the connections I see, and I personally believe eating chocolates will actually reduce the stress and anxiety, which will lead to the anger. Because I have been in many situations where I have been stressed out and I'm about to burst out, but someone else offered me a chocolate. Okay, thank you. It was just an offering, there was nothing related to my stress. But when I ate my chocolate, I did not burst out. But later on, couple of times when I observed that, I realized, okay, eating sweets or something which I like might reduce my stress a little, which I don't burst out. So probably it was tried out to me. But if you guys can try and test it out yourself if it helps. But for people in relationship, it will definitely help. So with that, back to you.
Thank you, DTM Udanka. And with that, I would like to hand over the charge to our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Giri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. And with that, let us take a 10 minutes networking break to weave our connection. And I know you all are curious about what happened to the pearl. We get to know about it. Good evening and welcome back once again to the final session. So let's see what happened to the pearls. So, dear friends, each of us are these pearls. And when we connect with the thread of opportunity and growth, a string of pearls is formed and it becomes a garland. Now do you think this is valuable? This makes an impact? And this is what the general evaluation session is about. General Evaluator gives us feedback to make sure that the strings of pearls are intact and strong. And for this, our today's General Evaluator is a special person. He is the co-founder of Mekong Communication Club. He has been a mentor and is still a guide for various Toastmasters clubs in Bangalore. A person who is very meticulous and a structured person. And when he speaks, the words of knowledge flows. So let's hear it for our General Evaluator, DTM K Prabhakara.
Where is the pearl? There's a hole for making the thread. I wanted to check that. Is it a natural or synthetic?
Synthetic.
You don't know you were talking about that?
It is natural.
It can't be.
You would have given him.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. To start with, ballot has been posted.
Make it.
Yeah.
Yet to post.
If it is posted, please give your post your ballot for the best table topic speaker, and prepared speech by default it is Shuba, and evaluator by default only one. So let's not have any prejudice. The way So to avoid prejudice, this is done. So first, post your ballot. Okay, we'll move. The meeting started at 6:25. A little late than normal 5 minutes. It is 10 minutes. It's understandable because of the unusual things that they had to fall in place because of the election that had to take place. That's acceptable. The last minute fixing, there are too many actors today. Acting sergeant at arms and acting secretary. So acting sergeant at arms, Sai Snehal Reddy did a brilliant job, better than table topic kind of response that he gave as a SAA today. And for that kind of thing, the way the immediate positioning himself when asked to do so, that's what Toastmasters promise is all about, and he embodies that. The moment it was given as a position, he took over and owned the stage. And for that, the only way to appreciate in Toastmasters is giving a special round of applause to Sai Snehal. There is a multiple role takers, that is acting sergeant at arms Apoorva, acting secretary Apoorva. So she said she really did a good job and correction was pointed out, accepted, fine job done. And she tried to point out to the grammarian that grammarian missed word of the day Apoorva, and she found it difficult to pronounce it when she came here. So please next time ensure that the word of the is at least pronounceable, so that people have to have time to practice and tell that the difficulty in pronunciation. So at this juncture I would like to say some people have the ha and are mixed up. So I hand over to, what is this hand over? It is handover. So you have to be alert. The Amalarian word, even I am struggling with that, is that there is a, if you put on Google to find out this any word, you get pronunciation. There is a speaker pronunciation there. Please speak in as neutral accent as possible. In fact, I asked CEO, you get the signed certificate from Daniel Rex, CEO of Toastmasters International. He spoke in a way once in Bangalore, he was here. Nothing there was out of place. The pronunciation, it was not American drawl was there, nothing was there like that. Anybody could understand. I went and asked him how he could speak with such clarity, especially with respect to pronunciation. He said he practiced hard to get the American accent out of his mind. So one of the things BPOs do is remove mother tongue influence. So you have to be neutral, accented in order to be understood by others. This is one of the reasons I thought I should point out using the word of the week as a basis. Now we move on to the evaluation. First of the speech and the last of the speech was by Toastmaster Shuba. Evaluator is Toastmaster Lalana Murthy.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and Toastmaster Shuba in particular. I'll start off with what went well. You had a good opening and started your speech with a question which resonated with the audience. It was a well-organized speech wherein you explained how you planned your Thailand trip with your friends. And there's also a touch of humor in between, which went well. Coming to what could have been better, I felt you could have had a better eye contact, like you were looking like this. Instead of that, you could have started right across and looked at the members. You could have had better eye contact. And I also noticed that you were moving continuously during your speech. Your gestures were good, but then you were continuously moving during your speech. So maybe you can practice a controlled movement in your next speech. I also felt that the conclusion could have been more powerful. So I think slightly you forgot something towards the end, and that distracted you, and the time also was getting over, so you rushed through your conclusion. So maybe you can practice your conclusion and it may be better in your next speech. To conclude, it was an engaging speech and fulfilled the purpose statement. If you incorporate the feedback suggested, you can take your next speeches to the next level. So looking forward to more speeches from you, Toastmaster Shuba. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana Murthy, for the valuable evaluation. What the evaluator said, everything was in place. Conclusion was the attention that she wanted. She drew the audience that it could have been louder. Everything is in place as far as quality of the evaluation is concerned. But on the whole, if I want to point out one aspect, it's general again for everybody. That is the opening and conclusion, it's better to by heart. It is there in Toastmaster manual. So that the in-between stuff is a narration. That narration, how to manage is, she's going on a trip, climbing some steps. It can be delivered out of your imagination, imagination word comes from image. So the live imagination you can really relate, and that it becomes easy to narrate after that. So opening, attention drawing, you can be creative. It can be to start with, it can be a quotation. Conclusion can be to close the opening, what you said. And that assumption what you started with can be either considered as it is, or it can be you disagree with that. So whatever way it is, you should tell that. But it's better to have it really engraved so that the in-between stuff, it can be yours. So yours means it need not have to be, it can be a little more loose. It need not have to be rigid like opening and conclusion. This is just I want to point out. For the evaluation and the speaker who is putting a lot of effort in terms of preparation, let's give them both a very good round of applause. Now we move on to the other associated supporting staff. Let's say regarding MTG, Jyothi Rao brought about 3,000 stitches. I was wondering what is it like, what happens. And she gave that story which was very, very touching, and a kind of gift that is handmade is always valuable. And drawing inspiration from a book, I have read the title but I have not read that book. But it's where somewhat I thought the story was inspired. And she as a person behind the lectern is always improving, and she starts bringing value whenever she speaks. And she did a wonderful job of introducing people, members and the speakers. She could have been a little more prepared in terms of announcing the speaker. It could have been preparation in terms of what is the person is like. Towards the end she said, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Toastmaster Shuba," last line. But introduction could have been little more stronger in the sense, she is so, this is the title of the speech. It can be little louder, like the last one. But she did a wonderful job. Let's give her a round of applause. Then we have table topic master Apoorva. Apoorva, she did kind of topics which are very peculiar, disconnected, unconnected, and putting those two things together was not easy. But that's the way perhaps the table topic needs to be posed, to make the speaker think. Instead of giving the table topics as if it's a question, she said that sunshine and book. It is washed in Dettol, let's say, some kind of a disinfectant. It was topic. She didn't give any orientation for the speaker to start. That's the way topics have to be given. I just want to hold up that concept, because normally if you see the table topic, it ends up as if it's a question. So people tend to answer it as a question. But when you give a topic which is neutral, they have to weigh advantage versus disadvantage for or against. The brain is really taxed and the best is going to come out. That's what she did a really wonderful job as far as posing the topic is concerned. She deserves a very, very good round of applause. Then we will move on to timer. Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta. Please give your evaluation.
As per the timer report, the business session took 2 minutes 51 seconds. The sergeant arms took 2 minutes 35 seconds. The minutes of the meeting took 3 minutes 33 seconds. Master of ceremony took 12 minutes 50 seconds. Elections took 12 minutes 8 seconds. Total table topics took 23 minutes 8 seconds. Till now, the evaluation has taken around 12 minutes, and the speech report I have mentioned in the board, as well as the table topic speaker report as also mentioned on the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta, for keeping time and managing time, let's put it that way. Because she really managed the time as far as election also is concerned. Let's give her a good round of applause. Then our counter, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, please.
My report on our counter: Sergeant Karam Sai, flawless. Acting President Shivaprasad, flawless. Toastmaster of the day, Jyothi Rao, once. Timer Sakshi, repeat words 1. Grammarian, it has to come now, I have to evaluate. PP Evaluator, but flawless. Next, speaker Shuba, 5 times R, 1 V repeat word, pauses 2. Lalana, flawless. Then coming to the table topic subject, Apoorva, pauses 2. Vijay Upendra, flawless. Raja, repeat word 1. Speaker 3, Sakshi, pause 1. Speaker 4, U Bhat, flawless. Speaker 6, Sai, flawless. Speaker 7, Latha, flawless. Speaker 8, Sindhushree, flawless. Guest 2 R's and 2 pauses. Speaker 10, Udanka, flawless. I am just noting general evaluators report, this thing. Thank you very much.
Now I invite PP Evaluator, DTM U Bhat to give his evaluation.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Mekon Communication Club is known for following strictly, scrupulously the business etiquettes and meeting etiquettes. And today's meeting was no different. There was no crosstalk during the meeting, no entry or exit when the speech was going on, and nobody talked about sex, politics and religion. No phones rang. Yes, there was some during the suspended elimination time when the ballots were being counted. There were some people trying to establish the threads of connection, some crosstalk. But I would give
bit long rope for that. Otherwise, an excellent meeting. Congratulations to all of us.
Thank you, DTM and U Bhat, for that precise and concise evaluation. Some kind of a humor added to that, with the presence of mind that only you can have. Let's give him a round of special applause. Then we have the grammarian, DTM K Prabhakara. I request him to give his evaluation. If you see, there were no grammatical errors. Unnecessarily, I don't want to point out. See, errors that have been pointed out is pause, which are very less serious, already told. What is required is that there are some good usages I have noted down, like series of events. Sergeant at Arms talked about that, and that is the basis on which he proceeded. Then President had a lot of things. Hi, bye, friend. This is a special word. Hi, bye, that's a phrase. Good, I remember. Bro, any spare cash? Oh, this is also something to be used. And discuss anything under the sun. Discussing anything under the sun. These are the usage metaphors. Friend in need and friend indeed. He really hair-splitting difference he brought out beautifully. Friendships are threads that make your life. I remember this line. There are one-liner that has to be remembered. He has many one-liners which are very, it comes out very good. Then of course, 3,000 stitches. Connecting with ourselves, that was one thing. The connecting external is one. Connecting with ourselves is a vast world inside. That's what she talked about in one line. Then Toastmaster Shuba talked of the one thing, critical one word I consider that is a socially important word, self-awareness. Please read, it's a very elaborate subject by itself in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a very important element in our moving successfully within the social setup, whether it's office or outside. So if she used that word, I just wanted to make it a point to point out. Then, of course, word of the day, and was used by Sakshi and Apoorva. Of course, they too had some kind of a struggle in pronouncing that. So, and these people tried, they did their best to pronounce, but not much success was found. But on the whole, it was used not by 2 persons, and I am also trying to add to that. On the whole, as a grammar, there was no, there is nothing like shortfall. I would say the grammar, once you have it in control, let's say I'll give an example. Cat come, milk, meow, milk, meow, meow and go. Have you understood? Cat came, he drank milk and left. This grammar is not important, idea is important. But if you are able to put the grammar also in place with the idea, then you have made it. Like our president, structure is always in place, nothing, his words are under quotes like spare cash or hi bye friend, these are all under quotes kind of words. But otherwise he's flawless. He's one such person who has set a benchmark. Even a Sai speaks, there are benchmarks. The struggle for them is over. So anybody joining, watch out for some people who are there, like our Veerabhadrappa, he has crossed that threshold. So any new member, you have to be alert towards the person who set benchmarks. So this is just I want to bring out as a grammarian in general, and with that grammarian job as far as is over, and now Prabhakar, the DTM Prabhakar comes as GE back. Now please vote for. Please ballot, no reminder, send it, and that I have covered everything. And one important thing element that needs to be stated here is that when election was conducted by Toastmaster Lalana Murthy, this time we had no immediate past president. We had to go back in time to find out the last immediate past president available for the club, and she filled the job flawlessly, and it was done with certain precision, and her experience really came in kind of handy for this situation. And let's give her a special round of applause. I have stated one person's element. I have not really elaborated about our president. He has been something, a person who he can be. He has set a kind of benchmark for others, which is very difficult to catch up. The kind of standards he has established. Today's speech also, but many number of speeches that I have attended. He's one of the finest speakers that we have had, and he has emerged over time. And good to have you, sir, for this kind of speeches that you make. And let's give him a special round of applause again. With that, I hand over the control back to Madam Toastmaster. She was so much engrossed in what I am trying to tell, she forgot that she was the MC.
Thank you, General Evaluator, DTMM, K Prabhakara. As I said, every word of his, we have something to learn. And with that wonderful learning, and I'm sure we have all connected ourselves with the thread of knowledge and learning, I hand it back to our President, Shiva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Toastmaster Jyothi is undeniably one of the shining pearls of Mekong Communication Club. Actually, what a pearl as well to depict it. And today's meeting, if I had to describe it, we at times we stumble, at times things happen at the last moment. We have to make changes, we make differences. But at end of the day, at Mekong Communication Club, we make it happen. The meeting happens, we get to the end of it, and that is what you take away from it. And especially at this moment, I have to especially thank Toastmaster Lalana. I remember asking her to take this role up, and without a second's hesitation, she said, okay. And I saw mails coming in last night at 12 a.m. Is it a.m.? 12 a.m. And she's done a thorough job today with that election, etc. So members, stepping up for the club, it's truly something that inspires us. So moving on to the results of today's meeting, I've received 12 responses. We have 13 people in the room. Yes.
Maybe G Prabhakara and Grammarian Prabhakara has to write.
I'm also confused.
So let's finish off the easy ones. Best evaluator for today, Toastmaster Lalana. And the best speaker for today. What kind of a trip is it if it's not in Thailand? Best speaker for today was Shuba. Best role taker, TAPG. Yes, so this is one person who ensures they give a very, very beautifully crafted introduction to their role. And not just that, today we had a lot of things moving around, the election, the break, and she had to make changes and time them accordingly, and she's done a thorough job today. So our best role taker, TAPG, Toastmaster Sakshi. Wow, this is something else. For the best role taker, MTG, All three of our role takers shine brightly, and here I have a three-way deadlock. Each one of them with an equal share of votes, and therefore best role taker MTG, I need an extra ribbon, is all three of our MTG role takers. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Jyothi. We'll go one by one. Our table topics master, Toastmaster Apoorva. You can applaud. And our master, our general evaluator, DTM, K Prabhakara. Finally, the best table topic speaker. Thankfully, we have one clear winner here. Definitely, flying paper planes in your childhood helps you give a table topic response many decades later. Best table topic speaker today, DTM U Bhat. Congratulations to all our winners, and I request our members to continue networking downstairs once you're done here. I close meeting number 1296.